Bosa, Honorable Maimane, please approach the podium. Thank you. Honorable member, that is out of order. Thank you. No, I understand, but honorable member, you can't just burst out in the middle. I've already ruled on the matter, have I not? Have I not ruled on the matter, member? And have I not called up a speaker? That is being disrespectful to the House. Am I wrong? Am I being wrong? So can I please ask the honorable member to stop interjecting? I've spoken to everybody. Thank you. Honorable member.
I just want to check if this is on. Is it on?
Thank you. You may continue, Honorable Maimane.
Honorable Speaker, Chairperson, Honorable members of this House, Honorable Minister of Finance and Deputy Ministers, Bagaetsho Dumelang. I think this budget votes take place at a very crucial time. We face effectively four crises. In one level, we face a debt crisis, an economic growth crisis, that leads to job crisis with more than 55% of our citizens living below the upper poverty line. And ultimately, we face a social stability challenge. So whatever the elections of 2024 have delivered, they give us an opportunity for a reset. And I'd like to, just in the short time I've been allocated, speak to some of those. The first is that I don't want to be ideological on the question of debt, but I do think, Minister, both you and I would agree on the fact that debt must be used to fund infrastructure growth. And I would argue the case that that infrastructure growth must be directed particularly to townships, where ultimately economic growth is desperately needed, so that we can indeed not only create jobs in homes, but we can create jobs closer to homes. I would furthermore add that we need to focus on two priority state-owned enterprises, the one being Eskom in its ability to keep the lights on and manage its own financial crisis, and the second is Transnet, because, Honourable Minister, it's very difficult for South Africans to get from home to work as a failure of PRASA, but furthermore for goods to get in and out of the country. And I think it's going to be crucial that if we prioritize spend, it's on those two entities coupled with a digital infrastructure that we've got to build. Thirdly, I think none of us can deny the need for efficiency in government. And we've perhaps over the last period, given that our GDP growth has averaged below 1%, we've battled to be effective at holding entities to account in special areas. And I think I cannot underscore enough the question that has been put to Treasury, given that this is a budget for Treasury, on the IFMS. Because it's going to be crucial that Treasury sets the benchmark for how we deal with our own internal management. It is key that, as the Auditor General has already allocated, that this, if at its best, can constitute wasteful and fruitless expenditure. And therefore, when we look at this budget, let's capacitate Treasury, but let's make sure Treasury has got its own internal monitoring system and can monitor others in this regard. And it's on that basis that, as I assured you, Minister, that we will continue to work in being constructive at the work as not in the GNU to ensure that we can support this budget with that proviso. Let me wrap this up by saying this. There was a time, actually, that we were able to achieve a 3.4% GDP growth. And if you look at the year of 2010, I think gives us some interesting lessons that we can look at. The first was priority on spend on infrastructure, an increase in policing that reduced the murder rate, and ultimately a period of time where we were, as a country, focused on one priority: growth. My worry is that as the GNU is being constituted, if the NDP remains there, it is important that we hold departments to account that not only the APPs reflect it. So I support the budget with a view that let's align APPs to the NDP so that we can achieve economic growth. Thank you.
I will now call the